The sharing we have today, the topic is the miracle you live in, your body and your health, episode 1. And today we will appreciate this extraordinary body that we live in, the creation that we are given by God. We will understand that good health begins with understanding how the body was designed to function. If you don't understand your body, you may not alive to good health. Uh, Sometimes, have you ever questioned yourself what's happening inside your body? Today, I remove the skin from the surface and get you inside your body. This is how generally you look. Um, what makes your heart beat over 100,000 times every day without you even thinking about it? Have you ever wondered about such? All these organs, if we remove one by one, they may not be able to fit in the sack that you are holding as a human body. Yet, by God's design, you are able to have all of them. So, have you ever wondered the senses we have? 5 senses: feeling your skin, hearing your ears, smelling your nose, seeing, all those. They are amazing wonders about the Psalms 139 verse 14 says, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. That my soul knoweth right well. So what does it mean by being fearfully and wonderfully made? What does it mean? What does it really trigger or trick in your mind when it says fearfully and wonderfully being made? So let's look at these 7 amazing facts about our human body. Number 1 is the number of times your heart beats every day without you noticing, and maybe without it getting tired. We see 72 times, 72 beats per minute. That means at least per second your heart is beating. Actually, every second it beats something like 1.05 times. Your brain, composed of over 86 billion neuron cells that are like a computer. Those who have used the computer, they know how complex the computer is. Yet yet your brain is more than a computer. There is no computer today that can match the function and the functionability, the functioning of our bodies. Yet God still at the top, he fearfully and wonderfully made the human body better than any other creature, better than the human brain. Really, what the circulatory system, the blood vessels that make up the circulatory system, they can travel around the earth 2.4 times over the radius of the earth. You go around the earth one from Russia to America, from America to Russia, you make the circle, make it again, and make it nearly half again. That's how much the blood vessels that we are having in our bodies, their length, if you are to join one by one, the capillaries, that vast network, all those, they are amazing things that our body contains. So your body constantly repairs itself. See, the body, uh, each organ can self-repair. So sometimes we have challenges like your stomach and intestines. They are the fastest in being renewed, because remember the intestines almost, they have physical friction with the food that we eat, so they need repair at a very constant rate. 5 to 7 days, your intestines are repaired every day. We can say You may be having a new intestinal lining every 5 to 7 days. Your bones fully rebuild through calcium and blood supply. Uh, it can take up to 10 years as they rebuild. Kidneys and lungs continuously remodel and repair themselves through your life. Your brain has a very limited capacity to generate new cells. Last time I shared to you about how to grow new dendrites by learning a musical instrument, by learning a new scripture, by uh, learning a new language. So your body is repairing itself that you may have the best out of it. The third one is our skin, the largest and fastest regenerating organ of the body. 2.2 square meters, and it weighs nearly 3.6 to 4.5 kilograms. It serves as a vital shield against microorganisms. It regulates temperature. It synthesizes vitamin D and houses the nervous system sensory receptors. That is why it is very dangerous to bleach your skin. You are stealing something from your body. You are failing to receive of the goodness of your skin. Cell death and replacement to maintain tissue health. The body replaces these old cells through programmed cell death or uncontrolled cell death, maybe caused by trauma. Programmed cell death is controlled by the body itself. So that is our body and how amazing it is. Then your bones are stronger than a concrete pole 4 times. Pound per pound, the bones are stronger. They can bear much more weight than the concrete poles that we can see. Did you know your bones are 4 times stronger than concrete? Ounce per ounce or pound per pound, human bone is tougher than solid rock and can support up to 9 tons of weight without snapping or without breaking. So those are wonders that our body has. Every living body performs these functions: movement, growth, response to stimuli, reproduction, respiration, digestion, and excretion. Yet, as the body functions like this, it never gets tired. Maybe sometimes we worry it, but these were designed for it. Sin is the only thing that put it down. These are functions, as we have mentioned them, they are mentioned in the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 15, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. God appoints work to Adam. He gives him a garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. He was to be an active person. Growth 1 verse 29, it tells Adam to replenish and fill, to reproduce, replenish, and fill the earth. Response to stimuli. The best example is when Adam sees Eve after waking up from his sleep. He says, "This is the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh." And reproduction, that one I won't talk about it because it was taught to replenish. Respiration. God, after creating man in dust, he breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And digestion and excretion moving together, God gave Adam the grains, the fruits, the nuts, the seeds that he may eat of them. So, getting it down to the smallest point, what makes up a human being? This big outer person we see, under him is a vast science that we cannot comprehend even through 4 billion years. Even today, science is still wondering how things happen to our human body. Excuse me. So, the smallest level of organization is the atom. Those atoms of carbon, phosphorus, nitrogen, hydrogen that make up a human being. when they come together, they form complex molecules like amino acids, like proteins, like actually like carbohydrates. I mean, those are the building blocks of a human being. Then as they move on, we have DNA, the micromolecule from which organelles are synthesized. Organelles put together in a sac called a cell, and those cells come together to form tissues. Then tissues form layers of tissues form organs. Then organs form organ systems, and organ systems form an organism. That's how it is from an atom to an organism. Now, much of the science that we know from maybe primary stops here on the cellular level. When we go deep, then maybe senior six, we come to the macromolecular level, DNA, RNA, but there is where we do not reach is the atomic level, which makes a lot of sense. The link down here where my camera has put my face, is for my video on getting deep down beyond the macromolecular level to the atom level. You can get on YouTube, just put Vital Wellness, DNA, disease and destruction. I have dealt with this. So that is the level of organization. Our bodies are made up of systems. We have the respiratory system. Over 11 distinct types of systems are in our body. The respiratory system, we have the urinary system. We shall talk about these both in health and disease, breaking down little by little. Our goal is to find health at its best, getting knowledge into the hands of the people. They shall be able to break the bonds of sickness and disease. The skin or the intergumentary system, we saw how functional it is, how good it is to our life. It protects us against chemicals, toxic chemicals, against bacteria, and against many things. And it functions for sensing, sensory. That's why you are able to touch, to feel, and because the skin is functional. The human circulatory system is responsible for the flow of blood all over the body. The Bible tells us in Leviticus 17, verse 11, uh, the life of the flesh is in the blood. Blood flows all over the body through these veins and arteries, through the blood vessels that are mentioned here. We may not break down one by one. That is it. Then this is you and me. When you remove all the muscles and the blood, that's what remain with. That is when we have gone back to our dust. Remain bones. That is our skeleton. It is the support framework. Almost every muscle attaches on a bone, and they are the muscles that move the bones. They are the bones that hold the muscles together. So all of us are a bunch of muscles, a bunch of bones working together to maintain us moving and living. So the muscular system, I have talked little about it. We shall look at many of the things. As far as health is concerned, then the exocrine system responsible for the chemical controls in our body, secreting hormones that direct our growth, hormones that direct our appetite, hormones that direct our reproduction, everything that is the exocrine system, which it takes even the endocrine together. The central nervous system responsible for transfer of electricity throughout the body. I love to say it that way because it brings it out. Your brain and your spinal cord, they are the source of this. They are the controls of this central nervous system. I mean, they're the control called the central nervous system. Then the peripheral nervous system is made up of these long nerves, which are the wires. These long nerves, which are the wires that transfer electricity throughout your body. This is the lymphatic system, and the commonly known lymph nodes are the tonsils, or we know them when we get tonsillitis, the watchman on the gate telling us sickness has entered us. So the tonsils are responsible for that. Maybe sometimes if you get a wound on on your foot or on the leg, there is some swelling, painful swelling that happens as you move from the abdomen to the thigh. That lymph node there, also many people know it because maybe you have ever gotten that kind of injury. Then we have the reproductive system, responsible for propagation and reproduction among humans. That is how generally our body looks like. So in our today, the keys to health, that we, if we are to have proper health, we need fresh air, we need pure water, we need nutritious food, and restful sleep. Keys to having a vibrant physical health. And in these studies, I pray that I'll make you love to mind about your health. I'll make you love to have a healthy body. So what we are going to have today, maybe as a take home and a challenge for us throughout these days, is to drink enough amounts of water, to upscale our hydration habits, then to take a daily walk, to have some good exercise, to eat more of wholesome foods, to prioritize sleep, and spend a few minutes thanking God, praying to Him, and thanking Him for all that He has given to us. Maybe as we call it a day, I want to ask you, what has amazed you about your body? Why is the understanding the body important to maintain good health? Then which body system would you like to know or to learn about first? Above all the body systems we have learned, which one would you like to learn about first? And what habit could you change uh, about your life this week to care for your body? Then how does viewing your body as God's creation influence your lifestyle choices? Sometimes people just say, everyone will die and that's all, and they misbehave and they live according to the way they want. But how does knowing that you belong to God influence you as you make your choices of day to day living? Otherwise, I want to wish you a blessed day, and we meet in the next one where we shall talk about the language of your body. We meet in that episode. I sign out.